Welcome to the Motormouth YouTube channel. I'm Zach.
I'm Andrea.
And this is Questions, Coffee, and Cars. We've turned the corner on 200. We're now at 201. Yep. How do you get a question in?
Follow along on Instagram at Motormouth_Andrea. Every Sunday, I put a post out asking for questions. Once we gather them, the post is deleted and we start the show.
Time now for Questions, Coffee, and Cars.
Your questions from Instagram.
I'm curious to know if you've heard anything about a Lexus GX hybrid release.
Oh, it's coming.
I did contact Toyota.
What'd they say?
And they said, we have no information at this time to release to you.
Well, they have one. They have an LX hybrid, right? So it's probably going to be the V6-based hybrid system. It would make sense. So there you go. If you look at the LX, I think that's coming.
For sure, but they're just not willing to share anything yet, so we wait. Looking for a subcompact SUV that is good on gas with good safety features and all-wheel drive is optional. Can you give your top 3?
Well, year after year, we do a video of our top 5 subcompact SUVs, and it's the only category we come out with a clear winner.
Yeah.
And we call it the Crosstrek every year because it's really hard to beat the Crosstrek for overall packaging, ground clearance, all-wheel drive, safety, all that stuff.
For sure. I agree with the safety. Crosstrek is a great option, but the fuel economy in comparison to some of the others that are available, just not as good. So I don't know how driven you are by fuel economy, but I would say the Corolla Cross Hybrid would be a better option for you. It gets great fuel economy. There's also the Kia Niro Hybrid, which is even better fuel economy than the Corolla Cross. And then for a gas model, I found the Nissan Kicks to actually get better fuel economy than some of the other gas models.
Well, the good thing is if you're not hung up on all-wheel drive, then you can get the Niro, which is really thrifty, delivered great fuel economy. That's the hybrid we're talking about. And it's only available with front-wheel drive. So maybe start there, see if you like it. It's got great space. It's got a big back seat, good cargo area. It's well-designed. It's kind of cute looking, too. Like Andrea.
I heard Jeep is bringing back the Cherokee for 2026. When I asked my local dealer, they said this was just a rumor. But when I went to the Jeep website, there it is. But all it says is it's coming soon. Do you guys know anything about it?
Well, we do know some colleagues of ours that were invited by Stellantis to go to the launch. I think it was a week ago that they were supposed to go on the drive event. I remember we were in the Napa with Hyundai. Some people were going, I think it was the following week. So I think the ride and drive has already happened. Yeah, that's...
I don't know anything about a ride and drive for that.
I know, because we weren't invited.
No, and I didn't see anything online about it, but I'm not sure if they just haven't released any information yet. I don't know. Car and Driver is reporting that it's going to arrive at the end of 2025 sometime, and it is going to be a hybrid, or there's going to be a hybrid powertrain option. But you're right. You go to the Jeep website and it's sitting there, but there's no information on it. And I find it really interesting that the dealership said that it's a rumor.
Dealers are dealers. They have a reputation for a reason. They don't want you to wait for the one that might be coming in 6 months. They want to sell you a car today. So if you said, oh yeah, I don't know, what about that one? That's what they want you to do. Take one that's on the lot. And they got a lot of vehicles sitting on the lots there at the Jeep Ram stores. We'll have to wait and see what that new Cherokee's all about. The fact that they didn't have a compact SUV in the market for a couple of years is one of the reasons why Stellantis is failing right now. It's amazing.
My father wants to do Uber passenger and is looking for a Toyota Sienna or a Toyota Highlander. How is the fuel economy with the hybrid? Which one would you recommend, gas or hybrid? Plus, looking for great fuel economy for Toyota Sienna hybrid, saying wait time is 6 to 12 months or even longer in Quebec.
I think you'd have a better shot getting a Highlander hybrid, the regular Highlander, not the Grand Highlander, than a Sienna. So I don't know why the Sienna is so back-ordered, but you know, we're hearing 2-year waits. And
So
that's
weird.
you want the hybrid. By the way, if you're not aware, they're both on the same platform.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Highlander and the Sienna, same platform. That's a good choice, but which one you can get?
So I pulled some numbers. The Highlander hybrid gets 6.7 liters per 100 kilometers, 35 miles per gallon in both the city and on the highway. And total range is 962 kilometers, 598 miles. Sienna, a little better, 36 miles per gallon or 6.5 liters per 100 kilometers, and 1,042 kilometers, 648 miles of range.
Maybe, I'm not sure if you dug into the all-wheel drive Sienna or you just maybe went with the front-wheel drive.
That was all-wheel drive.
That was all-wheel drive? Okay.
Yeah, for both.
Well, there you go. So you're going to basically get the one you can get. Either one is fine if you're going to be driving Uber. That's
Yeah.
an Uber X. That's the big one. You pay extra for that.
You do pay extra. I think the Highlander will be much easier because people are looking to get the Grand Highlander now. We live in a remote area of Saskatchewan. We need to take a vehicle with us into retirement. We have long road trips, 2.5 to 4 hours in very cold temperatures. Does a hybrid make sense? Between a Mazda 50 hybrid, we need a spare tire, and a gas Forester. Because that Forester hybrid doesn't get a spare.
Yeah, but the RAV4 does. Remember, the RAV4 hybrid does get a spare. The hybrid is neither here nor there for a long road trip. Any hybrid is going to be able to do your long road trips. You're not getting the best efficiency at higher speeds on the highway. It's better at lower speeds, stop and go traffic. Either way, it's going to be better than a straight gas model. So I would, to be honest with you, my gut says you buy the vehicle that you think is the best, that best suits your needs for comfort. You're driving a lot, noise, vibration, harshness, all the things that make long road trips unbearable. Like a RAV4 is noisy. I would take that one out, but try the others.
The CX-50 hybrid has the same powertrain as the RAV4. It's not one of the quieter ones, and I don't find the seats in the CX-50 to provide enough thigh support. You may want to consider something like the Honda CR-V hybrid. It does get up there in price, but it is more comfortable. And we found the Trail Sport model with that cloth interior that the seats were really comfortable. As for a hybrid in colder temperatures, you're fine. A hybrid, actually, the fact that you're driving it long distances like that is better for the battery than to not drive it. Hybrids need to be driven, and some people actually report issues with the battery dying on them because they aren't driving enough. You'll just find that if you've got the heat on because it's super cold, you may not get the fuel economy, but you're not going to have a problem with a hybrid.
So a hybrid in the winter is not as efficient as it is in milder weather. So that means spring, summer, and fall, you're going to get the best fuel economy out of any hybrid. The winter is punishing because the gasoline engine has to come on more often to keep the heat core warm, to keep you warm on the inside. So you could drive it for short distances and you're really just driving on as a gas engine. So yeah, long distance, buy a hybrid. I am actually really in the CR-V camp with Andrea. It's expensive, but I think that is a really comfortable, quieter, smoother, a little more polished on the road, better suspension.
Yeah. Honda's done a really great job with that hybrid system. It's just expensive. They're charging a lot for it. We also like the Kia Sportage hybrid, and we also like the Tucson hybrid.
By the way,
I don't know if you're interested in the Koreans, but they're very quiet too.
We have the Kia Sportage this coming week, so that video will be out in the next few weeks if you're not in a rush. But try the CR-V. It is expensive, but if you're buying a car to take into retirement, and obviously you're going to keep it for many years, spend a little more, get the one that's right for you now, and then just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Plus, it's made in Canada, the CR-V.
Long-time subscriber, first-time question. Any info on when the 2026 Lexus RX refresh details will be released? Well, I've asked Toyota about that, Lexus about that as well, and they're not going to release any information, but anything that's coming for 2026, typically comes in the fall or the winter through a press release. But I don't see a redesign. It's just going to maybe be some updates, some tweaks to it.
Color changes, things like that, packaging differences.
Yeah.
The vehicle's only been out for 2 years, and people, we've had this question so many times. When's the RX getting updated? It's just come out. So I think it's going to be incremental packaging changes.
Yeah.
Probably to deal with tariff situations. They might change, take some things out to keep the price competitive. Maybe that's just my guess.
Yeah, there's a lot of rumors online that there's a whole, redesign coming, but it's not coming for 2026 because we would know about it. We were at Toyota headquarters in Texas in the spring, and if there was a new RX, they would have had some sort of an
Teaser
unveiling
anyway.
or something there. The ES, they did show that there, so that makes sense. Love your channel and content. Thank you. I recently had a Subaru Outback with the Syntec seats. The seats did not breathe as well since it was a synthetic material. I know other manufacturers have synthetic leather seats. Are some better than others in your experience?
Yeah, well, there's different grades of faux leather as well as leather. I mean, there are some companies that pass off seats as leather, and I wouldn't buy them ever. They're so crappy. So yes, faux leather seats can definitely be much better than others. You know which ones always surprise me are the Korean cousins. Their faux leather seats, especially the ones that are perforated when you have, the ventilated seats. I can't believe it's not butter. I can't tell that they're not real leather. It's so well done.
True. Toyota's, theirs is quite good too. Like we've got a friend who owns the RAV4, and she said this is a leather interior.
And she took it to town with Andrea, and she goes, no, it's leather. And then Andrea comes back and she says they don't actually offer leather seats in a RAV4.
It's Softex. And she was just like, no, you're wrong. And I said, no, it's not leather, I can assure you. It's not.
But the thing is, you really shouldn't have popped the bubble. You should have let them believe it was leather.
That wasn't nice of me, was it? They really believed
The problem is Andrea knows too much, and she's wrong, and you're trying to be, not forceful, but firm that no, they're not leather seats. They're called Syntec, right?
Yeah.
I always get them
Softex.
So, yeah. Another brand that does particularly good faux leather seats is Volkswagen.
Yeah.
They had this years ago. I remember driving in the 90s their faux leather seats in vehicles like the Touareg, and it just was amazing how good it looked and how it held up.
I think the problem with leather and leatherette, when it's hot, boy, these seats get hot. It doesn't matter if it's leatherette or leather. So I think you're always going to have an issue with, is it really that breathable? That's why we like cloth. Cloth heats up when you're cold, cools down quickly, but I think leatherette, you're just going to have a few issues with it being breathable, even if there is a better one.
No, I would just suggest that if you're going to get a vehicle with synthetic leather seats, maybe opt for one that has ventilated seats included. So if it's really a hot day, you just put on the bum fan, which I don't like the bum fan at all. We have it in this car. I used it once.
I tried it recently in one of the press vehicles that we had just to check it out. And I wasn't that impressed with it. Like, it didn't really cool off very fast. It was a hot day. Okay, fine. But isn't that what it's supposed to do? It's not like we live in Florida.
Yeah, I just don't like the sensation of it blowing on my backside.
I think if you're super hot, then
if you're super hot, you might
then you're
want
like, ooh, maybe this is
But
pleasurable.
you're right. If you're in Florida where it's humid and it's hot and you're just like, give me a break, you don't want a sunroof either. And you want a fan on your backside.
By the way, that CRV does not get ventilated front seats.
Yeah, but for Saskatchewan,
you'll be fine.
You'll be just fine.
Yeah. First, love the channel. Thank you. I've watched almost everything. Great. Second, as a tall person, I wonder why thigh support extensions are limited to expensive luxury brands vehicles. Thoughts?
Not all of them. There's one we had recently.
Palisade had it.
Yeah, but that is
But it
sort
is
of
a
a more
pricier
premium.
one.
But you're right. It's typically something you see on more expensive cars. There was a car we had recently that had thigh extenders, and it wasn't an expensive car.
Was it the Acura ADX
Nope.
that had
I'd
it?
have to go through the videos and look at it. I'm with you. I think it's great to have that on a car. But typically it is for premium cars.
Well, I just think it's the costs associated with it. Like, look at the CRV and what they're charging, and it's missing a whole load of features. So I think if you start to add thigh support, then your costs are going to go up. We're still trying to get Honda to do a height adjustment on the passenger seat in a
Small step.
$60,000 Passport. Are you kidding me?
Baby steps, Andrea, baby
Oh,
steps.
my gosh.
We got to get them to put a hybrid in the HRV too. I mean, Honda Car Company, you should phone us up. We'll give you a long list of things we'd like you guys to do. Here's a newsflash for you, Honda. It'll sell more cars.
I know. There is one brilliant thing that Honda did.
What did they do?
The Pilot. They put the bench seat in the back, and then you can remove that middle seat, and then you've got captain's chairs. Now, that is a brilliant, brilliant idea.
Honda's packaging, I mean, not their packaging, Honda design for their interiors is very well done.
Yeah.
Like the CRV, it's got monster legroom, good headroom, it's very comfortable, it's very well designed on the inside. They're missing features. That's what they're missing.
Missing features. Very interested in the Passport Trail Sport. Do you believe Honda will do like Hyundai does and do as you ask and add the elevation function for the
man.
passenger seat next year?
Did you know that was coming?
I
Did
had
you
no
leave that in
idea.
there?
I had
Come
no
on.
idea. I haven't read
you
these since
teed
I
that-
put them in.
You
No.
teed that all up.
I did not.
That was like, wait a second, Andrew, just a second here. Home run.
No.
Wait, that's a grounder. I got it.
Believe it or not, whether or not Zach believes me, I forgot about this question.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Actually, it is true because these questions were from a few days ago.
actually these were from
Don't let them peek behind the curtain, Andrea.
Okay.
It was just you don't want to say when.
Anyway,
because people are going to go, did you forget about my question?
I haven't even read through these. So
Okay, so baby
all
steps,
I'm
Honda. We've got a long list
Wait, let
of
me
things.
finish because I don't
Okay.
even know what this person said.
All right, keep going.
Okay, so add the elevation function for the passenger seat next year.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to see the HUD from the Pilot, head-up display as well. Super curious what the Ridgeline will bring. I've never been much interested or owned a Honda automobile. They have upped their game. I have to agree with you with the Passport Trail Sport. Like, they upped their game with that. That vehicle is comfortable. It's easy to drive, fairly quiet. It's got a powerful V6. But, you know, for a starting price of just over 60,000 Canadian, and you mention no height adjustment for that is
What?
just insane to me.
That video, we started the video. I can clearly remember. I'll play a little clip now.
We've got the all-new Honda Passport Trail Sport.
All right, spoiler alert, Honda brought its A game. We started the video by saying Honda brought their A game.
Yeah.
And so that was good that they
was
did
good.
that, minus the height adjustment for the passenger seat.
Yeah.
And the thing that's so crazy is you get in other brands. What car did we have recently? We had a Kia or something.
Well, we had the EV9.
No. It was anyway. We've had a bunch of Korean cars recently, and even if you don't have the power function, the ratchet is fine. You just
Yeah.
want to be able to lift and raise and lower the seat. It's just Volkswagen has had that since I think the 80s. It's like, come on, this is not hard to do.
We were on Toyota too. It took them a while, but they did it.
Not
They
on
did
everything. It's slow, but you got to remember, yeah, they just, there's like, honestly, Honda, write to us. We'll give you a long list of things you can work on.
I know.
It will sell you more cars.
Do you know, and we don't know about the Ridgeline, but I assume it's going to get the updates that these others have gotten tech-wise. I actually like the Ridgeline a lot. You know, interestingly enough, we just had the CX-70 plug-in hybrid. Okay, this one was the plug-in hybrid, but it's a 5-passenger vehicle, and it goes up against the Passport, especially that inline-6 gas model. I drove that, and for such a large vehicle, it really does have heavy steering and a firmer suspension. And I've got to say, I think I enjoyed the Passport more with the lighter steering and the softer
See,
suspension
Andrea, you're
for
always
such a
going
large
on
vehicle.
about the Mazda. You're a Mazda fangirl.
I
Granted,
am.
and you know, and you're like, oh, but I've always said, I'm on record with many of these videos, and I've said they make it like heavy to a fault. Like
Yes.
I like good with this car has got amazing heavy steering, but it's not in your face. You just notice that it's, well, you feel connected to the road. And with that Mazda, they're not reading the room. The majority of people want a large vehicle to be easy to maneuver, and especially the target audience of people who are buying these, which is women with kids, taking them to soccer practice and school. Now, men do that, of course, but I think that's the target market.
And not only does that Passport Trail Sport look good, but it just handles really well.
Easy to live with.
I was looking to upgrade to the Subaru Crosstrek. However, I was horribly unimpressed. The infotainment center was quirky. The HVAC system was combined with the infotainment center, and I don't like that at all. The auto start stop drove me nuts, and the Harman Kardon sound system sounded no better than what I'm driving now. And why is there no front-facing camera or electrical interface in the rear? Anyway, is there anything else out there that I could look at in the small SUV type vehicle? Thank you so much. Love you guys. So I think we can officially say you didn't like the Crosstrek.
Yeah, but the whole thing is the HVAC controls in with the large head unit. You're going to have a really hard time finding a vehicle that has everything that you want. Like whenever you buy a new vehicle, there's a list of things, and some you're going to have to compromise on. Like getting a front-facing camera in a subcompact crossover vehicle might be hard to find, for example. And a lot of brands are pushing things into the head unit. Now, I think if a vehicle like Taos still has HVAC controls that are separate, right?
Yeah, or you could go with something like the Seltos. You get a 360 camera on the higher trim in the Seltos. And then Kona might be an option for you as well. Kona had lots of buttons. We recently did a review on the Hyundai Kona. So you could try those, but that subcompact class, it does miss a lot of features. It's just the way it is because they're trying to keep the price down.
So the Crosstrek Wilderness does have the forward-facing camera, from what I remember, but you got to like that kind of off-roady kind of look.
Yeah.
Like I said, in that class of vehicle, you're not going to get everything. You're not. I mean, you might get separate HVAC controls from the head unit. Some will offer that, but a forward-facing camera, not everyone's going to have that.
Hi, Andrea and Zach. As a longtime follower and viewer of your show, it's been a long while since I asked a question. I'd like to know if Toyota is going to bring their new Mini Land Cruiser, or FJ, as it might be referred to, as coming to Canada in the near future. I've seen some cool renderings. So have we. Well,
we're going to Tokyo for the mobility show in October, and we've heard through the grapevine that it's going to be a big year for reveals, and they're going to be showing. Because we went a couple of years ago, and I was kind of disappointed with what they showed. It was a lot of concept vehicles, and they had them roped off. You couldn't even go and walk around them. And then the Toyota people said, "Oh, what did you think?" And I said, "Well, we're here to look and touch and get in and out of cars, and we couldn't do any of that." So our feedback to them was, if we're going to go a long way to look at new cars, it would be nice to actually have some production cars and cars we can actually get in and out of. And it's been kind of hinted that this is going to be a very strong year for product at the Tokyo show. So we're hoping something like that might show up.
Yeah, like it would have been great to do a first look of that pickup truck that was there. It was an EV concept, but that would have been really fun to show our viewers. Anyway, we didn't get to really get in anything and take a look around, but it was still fun to go to Tokyo. I got to say, it was my first time there.
And Andrea, so I sold Tokyo, like I've been many times, and I've been saying, oh man, I can't wait for Andrea, you're going to go to Tokyo. I pumped it up, right? And then after I think it was 2 days that we had been there, and I sheepishly, because I wanted to not find out, I said, so thinking, oh, I hope she likes it. I said, so how do you like Japan so far? And then she went, I love it here. I just think it's the best. So I was like, phew. Dodged that one.
It's just so good. Like
so
Tokyo is just on steroids. Like I thought New York was on steroids, you know, and then, but Tokyo is amazing. Just such a great vibe, and the shopping is incredible. I found my Sambas there.
Andrea also likes, it's a rules-based society.
I like rules.
And so everyone lines up nicely for the subway, and there's etiquette, and you know, you have to learn some of the etiquette when you go to Japan. Like you don't talk loudly in public spaces. You don't talk on the subway.
Don't drink a coffee.
You don't take any food anywhere except for where you are. You sit and eat and drink it, or take it with you and eat it somewhere else. All that sort of stuff. There's no garbage cans in Tokyo. Whatever you take home and put it in the garbage. Makes sense, right?
Makes sense. So I'm half German, so we like things in order. I think you Germans out there would agree with me.
Yeah, that's the old German saying, cleanliness is next to godliness.
I'm a lot like my grandmother, my German grandmother.
And so Tokyo is off the charts cool, and I think this is going to be a big show from Toyota.
Hope so.
I hope their Toyota Lexus is going to have some stuff that we can actually get in and out of. That would be our number one dream.
That'd be a blast. Be so good. Anyway, that's it for us, everyone. If you would like to get a question, follow along on Instagram at motormouth_Andrea. Every Sunday, I put a post out asking for questions. Once we gather them, the post is deleted and we start the show. 201.
201. Thanks for watching.
See you next time.